just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Have I become a little too shy for love? I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I snuggle up close.
There we go. Right. And I'm just saying, like, of the band members, it's typically the lead singer gets the vaginal sex, the lead guitarist gets the backdoor sex, for lack of a better term, and the bass player gets the oral sex.
I don't understand why there would be different types of sex based upon their position in the band.
I hear you. It's like a tier.
First of all, also, like, okay, what if there's no lead singer? Like, there's plenty of groups that
Typically,
don't
well,
I mean,
typically the rhythm guitarist will either there's a dedicated lead singer or the rhythm guitarist will sing lead, right?
and so are we saying the drummer is always at the bottom of whatever
Yes.
this
Yes.
this
Yes.
okay, this
The
series
sexual
of
tier.
tiers of this. See, I would have
I
thought
didn't make up
maybe
the
it
rules.
was the type of I would have thought it would be like, you know, the hottest models want and then some will only settle for the drummer. But
Oh, I
you're
see.
you're
The
actually saying
grouping.
like types of like
That's
a blowjob versus
Yeah,
vaginal
yeah,
intercourse
yeah.
versus
Bass players will not have vaginal
using
intercourse. Right.
dark territories.
That's true. Yes. That's what I'm led to believe. I don't know. Maybe one of our viewers can correct me if I'm
Okay.
wrong, but that's what I've been told.
No, I believe it's probably an oversimplification.
Perhaps.
I bet you there are many people in bands who get nothing at all and
True.
join bands in order for this exact thing because they were told by people like you about what
That
these
they will
wonders
get,
that they
right.
would achieve.
Like what right, what type
And
of sex would you
doesn't always happen.
want?
Yeah. You gotta have some talent too.
Yes. It was that's kind of universal. That made me think of something related actually. So we were in we did a vacation in Italy a couple of years ago and we toured. I don't know if you've ever been to Pompeii. In Italy we toured the ruins of
No,
Pompeii.
I've been to Italy, but not Pompeii.
Yeah, it's quite a fascinating place. Everything's the amazing thing is because of the ideas.
A lot of penises.
Exactly. That's what I was going to get at. So because of the flash, the way the ash fell, it kind of froze the place in time. You know what I mean? As opposed to like,
Right.
and this was disheartening. So you see like ruins like the Parthenon and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's sort of like reassembled. They were not found that way. It's not like they dug and found this completed structure. It was literally chunks and pieces. And the archaeologists put it back together. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like it was intact. But Pompeii was intact as it was found. You know what I mean? It's like, boom, frozen. Oh.
Right.
So as you do the tour, one of the
It was
places...
like almost trapped in amber.
That's
like,
right. That's right.
I mean,
exactly. But everything that was wood, like the roofs are gone, right? Because they were wood. You know what I mean? But the structures were...
Sure. Like anything that could rot down. But anything that's
or
covered in
burn.
volcanic
Right.
ash just sort of,
right.
you know...
Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
on the typical tour, one of the structures that you go into was the brothel of Pompeii, and there's a big dick, literally on the outside over the
I thought
overhang.
all of Pompeii was a brothel.
Like
I
might have
I
been
thought it was just like, from what I've heard, it's just like penis city.
a lot of
It's
dick.
just like they're like it's almost to
Dick.
like an absurd level.
All
like
it was
where
a
they're
lot.
just like, oh, that where they're just like, yep, down the sidewalks, just dick, dick,
Boom.
dick, 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 dick,
Dick,
dick,
dick,
dick,
dick, dick, dick.
dick, 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 dick. I'd be like, why? What? Like, I mean,
Kind of crazy, but
it's like there was something going on with Pompeii.
it's something.
Obsession
And-
with phallus.
And
I
the
don't know.
belief was that it was a trade center. People from other lands would come that didn't necessarily speak the language. So inside the brothel there were stalls.
They spoke dick.
They spoke right. There were stalls, and on top of the stall was a picture, and the pictures are still intact because they were etched in stone of the sexual position that you would get in that stall. So it would
Wow.
depict how you wanted to have your act.
So it was like an etch. It was like an etching
Just carved in the stone. Yeah.
of like reverse cowgirl.
Of like a sign. Yeah,
so
exactly.
you were like-
And you would just point. Like you didn't know the language, but you would point and say that please. And then you would get
Right. And then you would
yes.
give how many ever. You
There
know.
it was. That's your factoid for today.
Hey, that sounds like it would have been a kick-ass place. Like I
think
would have
so.
like to until the whole volcano thing.
Until
like,
the
that was a
volcano.
bummer.
And
probably,
everybody died.
You know,
Horribly,
I mean,
right,
after
yeah.
that, it went way downhill after
That's
that.
right, totally,
Like it,
totally.
like tourism dropped off a lot after
Right,
it was
right.
completely covered in ash.
I was envisioning like you go to those you go to one of those like tastings. You go to like either a food or a wine tasting or something, and you get little chips. You know what I mean? And you're like, for this drink it's 2 chips, for this one it's 1 chip. I could see similar thing. You know, you go in and like,
yeah.
you buy 5 chips, you cash it. I want this and this and this. You know, and you sort of like,
Oh, okay. Like beaver, like Rome's equivalent of beaver bucks is what you're saying. You go in and you get so many
the strip
beaver
club
bucks.
dollars.
So exactly. So this would be, Caesar's, littoral coins or
100%.
whatever.
That's exactly
and then
what I'm talking
you would
about.
have, and then it's like, how many CCCs you got? Well, okay, well you get this for
That's right.
and
right.
yeah, I can see that.
That's right.
I mean, the Romans had their shit together.
They
when it
really
came to
did. They had a
organization.
lot figured out. It's a very high tier level of civilization. I mean, they really had it worked out. Shame
mean,
it went away.
so
But there you go. But dude, I forgot to mention, it's
lost
really
all those dicks.
a lot of dick. But it's really good to have you back. By the way, you were gone for a week, and now we're glad
Oh,
that you're.
yeah, I was.
I know you had critical business to take
I
care
was.
of, but
Well,
I'm glad it was dealt with, and we're glad to
I
have.
did.
We're all glad to
I
have you.
entered a portal. I entered a portal into hell.
Yes.
But I did return. There were
Don't close the portal behind you.
can I say, was damage done? Absolutely.
Yes.
Was the damage permanent? Of course it was. But I'm back,
Yes.
and I am able to pull enough of myself together
Good. To help
to help people.
No, and that's what we should do. So let's get right to it. The first one's a bit of a long one.
And
Yeah.
this actually will rebuild my body.
I
Like
think
this
so.
altruism
It's
that
like
we
a
do
Lego. It will
I think-
reconstruct.
will fill in all of the places that
It'll-
have been torn away.
I'm
from me.
thinking it would be
during
like
my
that. Do you remember the
hellish
Fifth
journey.
Element when Mila Jovovich got reconstructed in that just from
Yes.
the that's what will happen to you in answering these questions for people. I think that's what
Okay, let's
will
go.
happen. We'll
Let's hit
watch
it.
that redigitization happen. All right, here we go. So first one comes
Feeling
from
it.
Chloe from Lincoln, Nebraska. So Chloe's a 29-year-old female. She's been dating her 27-year-old male boyfriend for about 10 months. Okay. Half of that was long distance. Now we live together. Bold step, Chloe, but okay so far. From the start, I've been the one covering almost everything financially, rent, food, outings, etc. He said he is struggling at the moment, in quotes, and I've been understanding about it. However, I'm starting to wonder if my current boyfriend truly can't afford it or if he's just using me. He was supposed to handle rent when we moved in,
Oh.
but he only paid half the rent once and hasn't contributed since. I'm starting to feel like I'm carrying both of us financially, and my gut keeps telling me something's off. Am I expecting too much right now? Should I wait and see if things get better? Chloe. Oh Lord, I'm gonna hit the button now.
You, Chloe, you are living with what is called a hobosexual. This is a person who cannot afford their own rent. They cannot afford their own rent, so they need to rely on the power of the penis.
Yes, typically
So
only
that
seen in
is
the male of
all
the
that they
species
have.
is the hobosexual. Yes.
And so right now, Chloe, all this guy has is his dick to offer,
Right.
and then whatever sort of company that he is.
Yes.
And you're basically paying for his hobo lifestyle. You know, he's living off your largesse. Let's just say. So
He's homosexual.
yeah, I mean, it's it's a problem.
Yes.
It's today.
Totally.
But yeah, the answer is yes, something is off, but he needs to get his shit together.
Right.
Like whether or not you stop the relationship, I would advise communicate with him and let
Yes,
him know that there is going to be an expectation of
Correct.
some sort of
change.
of financial assistance when you're living in the same household, especially
Yes. Sharing
if he's
expenses.
struggling. Okay, how
Right.
can you help? What can he do?
You
Make
didn't even,
sure there's an action plan.
you didn't even mention
like-
if he has assuming he doesn't have a job. I mean, she didn't mention that, but I'm assuming he doesn't. Why don't you have a job?
Right. So
what do you do? What are
or
your
if
skills?
he's-
Can you get a job?
well, when he said he's struggling at the moment, I mean that could be he's in between jobs, or
Shitty
he's got a
job,
he
not
doesn't
getting enough
like,
money,
or whatever.
low paying job, a lot of debt, maybe.
But whatever struggling in the moment means, address that.
Yes.
So because if his answer to why he hasn't paid rent is because he's struggling, okay, great. Why are you struggling?
Right.
How are we going to fix it?
Let's address it
And if he
as a couple.
pushes back and doesn't want to fix it, then you leave.
Right.
And that's it.
I think that's an accurate summary for sure. I think it's an accurate summary. And I'm a little concerned. Like, am I being too I don't know. And I've always been very conservative about this kind of thing. But 10 months together, half of it was long distance. So they've only been really together for 5 months. You know what I mean? That seems pretty quick to move in together. I mean, am I off base on that? 5 months? That's pretty quick to shack up.
My guess on this is that if they're 29 and 27
Yeah.
and it was long distance was 5 months, it was that they met somewhere, they got close,
Right.
they met somewhere and started a relationship, went back to their respective places, had a long distance relationship, whatever that meant, and then one of them was like, "Okay, I'm gonna make after that, I can't do this long distance thing. I'm gonna move to you."
Sure. All right. Maybe. Yeah.
And I've seen that happen after
Yeah.
5-6 months several times.
It seems
where
quick, kids. I don't know.
It's like I can't afford it. No, I agree
What do you
that
really know after someone
in a
5 months?
situation, in a regular domestic situation that might be
Yeah.
too quickly, normally that is because the cost of the long distance relationship gets so high so quickly with traveling and the
Right.
expectations
That's true.
and being like, oh, you got to be on the phone all the time, and it's like I can't keep doing this.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
can't keep going back and forth and da da da. And so
Right.
I think that's why, they don't give it 3 years of long distance before one moves.
Right. Yeah, and that's the trick,
You know?
Chloe. You definitely, like Green Pen said, you need to get into the details of what his struggles are, right? Like, A, does he have a job? If he does the job not pay? Does he just have a lot of debt? That's a possibility, but that's also potentially a warning flag as well if he's got like huge amounts of debt, right? And then talk to him about it. Just say, look, let's talk about this together because this is becoming untenable for me. I don't want to become resentful. Let's have a conversation like adults and figure out how we're gonna do this. Also,
so to answer your question, are you expecting too much? No, you're not expecting too much.
Correct.
You're expecting
the right amount.
exactly what is appropriate,
Yes.
and you
probably gone a
just
little
need
too
to
far, actually.
start that conversation.
Yes, exactly.
And
you always have to assume
but again, I mean, 5 months, that isn't really that long in terms of
Right.
like, because it sounds like like my guess is that this guy moved in with her. Now he's
right.
like,
and now he's like a
doesn't ha- and
freeloader
he's not-
basically. He's like at a dead concert,
Yeah,
but he's like,
and it's
never
like,
leaving,
hey,
right?
he's struggling. He's probably struggling to find something or whatever it is, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, but you need to, let's, if you develop a plan that has specific actions in it, then you can very quantitatively see, like, does he progress
Right.
or not?
Is he following
If
through with
not,
this plan?
like
Right.
it's if it's just like more words, then
Right.
then you have your answer.
He is truly homosexual then, right? It's true.
Yes. Well, right now he is a homosexual in his behavior.
Yes.
pattern.
Yes.
That is
you
just
right.
objectively true.
And you always have to like the general rule of thumb is that take any man's physical age and subtract 10 years, and that is his emotional age. So you are really dating someone who was 17, which assume you have the emotional maturity of a 17-year-old with living with you, and that'll track.
Does that mean does that work in any? So if you're 60, you have the emotional age of a
Yes.
50-year-old?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
I'm not sure what that means on some of the, like, I mean, okay, I am definitely not, I do not have the emotional maturity of someone that is in their 40s. I do not have the emotional maturity of someone who's in their 30s. So I don't know if that calculation is right, but I am above those years.
Where do you think your emotional maturity lies?
11. 12.
On a good day.
6, 7.
6, 7,
I don't know.
something. So
Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha. Oh, that's right. That's the thing now, right? Gen Alpha is the new batch of kiddos.
Yeah, well, actually, Gen Beta. Well, Gen Alpha's. I think like my daughter is Gen Alpha, but my son is Beta.
Oh.
Because it's something like 2012 or some weird thing is like the birth cutoff or whatever.
All right, well, there we go. Getting into Beta.
Because they when they start talking about the generation, it's normally when they start having buying power and they're like in their 20s, and that's when you start seeing. So it's like Alpha is already like, they're like the Zennials are already your boss, and now Alpha's coming in because the Millennials are your boss, then the Zennials are middle management, and
and
Generation Alpha's coming up, and then the whole world will end in a giant nuclear apocalypse, and that'll be it. We'll be hit by an asteroid or whatever.
Chloe, then you're all set. Don't worry. So Chloe,
then you're all set. Then it's like, you know what? Your decision's made for you.
Yeah. So Chloe, you had 2 questions. Am I expecting too much? No. Should I wait and see things get better? No. Have a conversation about it. A very directed conversation that needs directed outcomes about his struggles.
Exactly.
That's exactly what you need to do. And prepare to get out of Dodge if the questions are not in your favor and the situation's not going to improve. So, I always say ending relationships, but sometimes they got to be done. I mean, it's just, what can you do? Some people just don't belong together.
And this is where it comes in of like, okay, if it's not working out, what does he do? Does he move back to wherever he was before?
Yeah, kick his ass to the curb. What are you going to do?
So,
I mean, geez. All right, well, our next, let's see, our next question comes from Felix from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Felix is 25. I'm in the gym. This girl approaches me, says I'm cute, asks for my socials. Good for you, Felix. Then we chat for a couple hours. We leave. I text her. She sends me some pictures and videos. I'm interested, so I say, will you let me take you out? She says, maybe. I love talking to you, but hadn't said anything since. This is the second time I've directly approached. The first, when I was originally asked her if she wanted to hang out, she said, IDK.
I don't know.
I guess. Surely I should never respond again, right? 2 separate occasions with non-answers. Is she tryna, Tryna, just to be clear. Is she trying to play games or something? Asked Felix. So.
I'm sorry, Felix. I think I may have had a stroke because I don't think I really correctly processed all of that. You lost me somewhere around. She sent me pictures and videos
and Tryna.
Of what?
What? Right.
And then, like, can we flowchart this, please? Like, I'm trying to.
I feel like I have to get out Kirk and Spock. So,
I feel like no, it doesn't have to go to Kirk and Spock. It's a flowchart.
I don't have a whiteboard.
I think there's a new social contract that is going on, and we are in quill and parchment, and so that is our understanding of like how. And so
we are engraving on cave walls. What we are,
right? Like there's just kids today, very different social contract as far as like Lord. What is acceptable. So this is my take, I think, on what is happening. So Felix is at the gym. He meets this girl at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
They talk, they exchange socials, meaning Insta or Facebook or whatever. Probably not Facebook, but I assume socials is email too.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't think kids do email anymore. But yeah.
Okay, but they connect via their socials,
internet,
and then they send each other content of some kind.
Right. I don't know if he sent to her, but she sent to him. But yeah.
But he says, but your pictures and videos.
Yeah.
Then, but and he at that time he's like, hey, you want to go out sometime? And she goes, I don't know, maybe. I like talking to you.
Yeah.
But that sort of leaves it at that.
Right.
So then there's another time
yes.
where he sees her at the gym, and on that occasion, he asks, can I ask you out sometime? And she goes, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Should he you make a third attempt?
No.
I believe is the question.
No, she's not interested. She's clearly not interested.
Correct. She's
Felix straightforward, man.
I don't know if she's trying to play games.
I see what you did there.
I don't. But is she trying to play games?
Maybe. So it's probably not worth your time, Felix.
I gotta tell you, Felix. I have no fucking clue, really, what exactly is happening here. Because okay. Like as I said, the social contract, it's so confusing. So it's like,
okay.
So they met each other.
Yes.
They exchanged information on which they could communicate on the internet.
Sure.
They did so, but they didn't like have an actual like person to person date.
Yeah.
But she kind of like said, yeah, I'm interested, maybe.
She's probably dating somebody, honestly.
Did that again, but then another.
Yeah.
Like if you're at the gym, you're gonna see the person, so you can't.
But she's probably got a boyfriend. That's why she's acting like this.
Then you say you have a boyfriend.
That's not her thing.
So this is.
She wants to bait. She wants to have her cake and eat it too, right? So she wants to kind of play up and say, "Oh,
okay,
I got guys who want. Got guys
who
want my action, yo." That kind of thing.
Okay, so you think she's just like flirting with him and leading him on with no intention to ever go out with him, but
or hedging her bets.
She's the one that said he was cute.
Right. Or hedging her bets, right? She's like,
definitely...
ooh, I'll hook up with this guy. I'll show my boyfriend what the deal is. You know what I mean? And then she's like, no, I can't go through with it. Or, second thoughts or that kind of thing. I think that's what it's...
Yeah. Do you want to be a hedged bet, Felix?
Yeah, don't be a hedged bet. Get out of it. Eject. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't obsess over it. Don't worry about it.
The official answer is do not respond.
Done.
She is most definitely
not interested.
Trying to play games.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
There's some trying going on. She's trying and trying and trying.
Trying and trying.
Yeah, and trying.
Oh my god, I can't.
Sounds so good coming out of my mouth.
I know, I just can't. We've talked about it. All right, Felix. So Felix, good luck with the new person. Hey, if you're getting approached in the gym by girls asking for numbers, you're doing all right.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
above 95% of other guys.
Yeah, as you were. Felix, please.
Carry on, because apparently
then-
you're clearly a good-looking dude. So just keep on going on.
Yeah.
It's
So yeah, keep doing you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, I know we talked about this before about the millennial Gen Z messaging, right? Like everything's like if you actually write to them a complete sentence, they think you're insulting them, right? It's like
It's considered sarcasm.
I know.
That, like punctuation is sarcasm.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. It's like, but complete sentences is definitely like weird and
Ridiculous.
not. It's like
ridiculous.
like you're undercover cop.
Learn our language. I know you're narcs. I don't know what the hell is. Anyway,
you know what? They can communicate however the hell they want, and this and this is apparently how our species will now continue through these sorts of interactions where these two folks will not mate and have young, but others will exchange socials and will not be trying to do anything but get laid. So
be trying to
I guess we'll see.
All right, let's move on to the next question.
Next question.
Checking one thing. Okay. So let's see. Jasmine, Mobile, Alabama. All right, Jasmine. So let's see.
Mobile, I'm sure it's Mobile.
Mobile. So Jasmine's 25-year-old female. You're a little fuzzy. That's better. Jasmine's a 25-year-old female. Her partner's a 35-year-old male. When we have sex, I cannot orgasm. He can, though, very easily. I have suggested I try using a vibrator during sex, but he refuses and is grossed out by it. He says it will make him unable to get hard and doesn't like it because it's abnormal and the technology is weird. He has said that none of his previous partners use one. He is my first sexual partner. Okay, we got a bit to unpack here then. Okay. How do I convince him to change or at least consider the idea? Or do you guys have other ideas of how to reach orgasm or have experience introducing vibrators during sex? Okay, so I will of course come out of the chute with cunnilingus, which, as you know, is a personal favorite, and a surefire way too.
I would say from a wider picture, Jasmine, you explain to him that you do not plan to fuck him again until there is a plan in place where you both
but you can
finish.
Come, right? Yes.
Done.
Yes.
That is.
I think
it's
that's
like
an approach. That's an approach.
That's because it's like, no, we're not gonna do this. Like, you fuck me, get off, and then that's it. And then
that's right.
No.
That's
so
right. And we're gonna assume, Jasmine, that you can get yourself off and that you have indeed orgasm before, right? Because it's a big difference if you never have versus if you have, right? So that's a big difference.
Well, I'm assuming if she's introducing a vibrator, which means she has a vibrator, which means she probably
Yeah. And that's fair point.
Okay.
So you're clearly
this man says he's grossed out by a vibrator.
Yeah.
Says a man with fucking the ugly twig and berries that every human dick looks like.
Exactly.
Like the human dick is one of the most ugly things in the observable universe.
Not pretty.
And this guy is like, oh no, I don't want to technology. I'm weirded out. Like
I looked at.
He has to get the fuck over himself.
Yeah,
like that's insane.
I looked it up. By the way, the electric vibrator was invented in the late 19th century, so they've been around for some time. So they're not weird, unusual technology.
Right. You gotta be careful with the steam powered ones. But
gas powered, steam powered. Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, there have been incidents, but
there's danger.
But the Victorians were trying. They did everything.
Right. Yeah. So what I'm saying, Justin, is you are most probably often women are either penetrative, meaning G-spot, G/G-spot, or clitoral stimulating orgasm, right? Aligned. You are probably more clitoral stimulating orgasm.
Or they require both.
Sometimes both. Yeah, if you find both, you're right. Or either you've reached nirvana, but that's rare.
Yes, exactly.
Keep that girl and marry her.
They're all different kinds. Yes. Exactly.
But you're probably more clitoral, right? Which means you need stimulation there. So options: he can go down on you, cunnilingus. You orgasm first, and then he has sex.
You knew it was coming back to that.
I had to. I love doing it.
God was bringing it, wrapping it back around to cunnilingus. Every time.
So much. So it's so great. The other option is that when he's penetrating you with sex, you could do Kirk and Spock are coming out again. So
no, they don't leave him down.
You can. So if you're Kirk and Spock is on top like this, stand up between the legs, and then he uses his hand to stimulate your clitoris while he's going in you with a thumb.
Do you read Star Trek
fanfic
sex
of the
fanfic.
sex. Yeah,
Like,
there's a whole
'cause,
homoerotic sex
there's
fanfic of.
absolutely
Okay.
stories of Kirk
To
and
be
Spock getting it
there
on.
is, but to be fair, they're the two figures that are easiest within reach, which is why I grabbed them. I have alternatives.
Okay, I think we
Okay,
should need.
fine.
I think
I'm gonna mix it up.
we should
I got
invest
Admiral Akbar and Han Solo. Okay, so you are Admiral Akbar, Jasmine. Han Solo is on top like this, and he takes his thumb,
Okay.
and not his blaster, his thumb, and he stimulates your clitoris like so, while he is penetrating you from this position. And
His
then
entire
that
body.
will also,
Just, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to shimmy his whole body. I mean, I'm exaggerating the movements, but
He's so excited. He's vibrating with
he's
just passion.
So that's another option, right? So, but you have to have this communication with him, and yeah, he's got to get over his vibrator thing, man, because it's like he probably feels insecure about it.
Yeah, that's
he's
insecure about it, and
he's already not giving you an orgasm, which you should feel insecure about already.
Things that he can't do, and that's true. Because it provides a sensation that you cannot reproduce.
Correct.
So it's just a whole different thing. It's just
another
way to experience pleasure.
Quickly you're able to move that finger.
Yeah, I'm never gonna do it. You don't have the. Actually,
I can almost faster in the frame rate. See that? That's pretty good, right?
But you don't have that kind of reach in the area, so it's not.
What do you mean? You just go down like this.
How big are the vaginas that you are?
Depends on the lady.
Seeing on a regular basis.
Anyway.
I don't. If you're doing this,
yeah.
I don't understand. Like, I don't.
There you go. You got it. It's like this.
Okay. Yeah, that feels wrong in every way. But that's fine. I don't know. How
Circles
that
with
would
the thumb. Circles with the thumb is always a good go-to, in my opinion. Circles
yes,
with
that
the thumb.
I get. It's when you start
thumb.
moving with multiple fingers and doing this. It's and you're all of a sudden we're doing jazz hands and playing piano, and I don't get it. Yeah, exactly.
So that's the conversation you have to have with him, Jasmine. Is like, I would love to orgasm when we have sex. Here's one way I can orgasm. Here's another way I can potentially orgasm, right? So I'd offer the oral as the precursor foreplay, offer the thumb during sex as an option, clitoral stimulation. And then, it's weird that he's got a weird thing versus
the opposable thumb is truly what it really does make us.
It's amazing.
It really did suggest so many advantages.
What a win! I mean, Jesus Christ.
Huge win.
But how do we get through this dude's? How do we get through this dude's hang up on the sex toys? Or does she not? Does she just have to accept that about him? I mean, he's worried about the sex toys.
No, I mean like you tell him that you want it, he doesn't get a choice if she is not coming. She is allowed to. She basically say, "Listen, when we have sex, I want to have us both finish.
Right.
So we either figure out how you to get your shit together and start doing the thumb thing and waving your jazz hands, or you let me bring in, Mr. Happy."
Right. Exactly. Or when we're done, you roll over to go to sleep. We're going to use mommy anyway, and that's going to make you feel real shitty when you're curled over trying to sleep, and I'm sitting there going to town with the vibrator. Right. It's like, how would you feel, dude? At least be really part of the act. You have an opportunity to say, "Look, I'm doing it anyway." You can either be part of the act or not with the vibrator.
Right. Because you have 100% of the leverage in this situation.
All the leverage.
If he's like, "Oh, that's weird." Oh, okay. I guess we don't have sex then.
Right.
Your move.
Right.
Or
in the section, John, like happens. I said, just casually roll over, reach your door, pull it out, and bam, go right to town and see what he does then.
Like... Get two of them. Be like, just be like, finally, something that makes me feel like a woman. Like like finally, I'm getting what you. This
weekend, how to deflate a man's ego.
Right in front of his face. Like, actually, it would be helpful
finally
if
feel
you
like
could
a woman,
please, because I need to think of someone else to make this work.
Because I'm thinking Chris Hemsworth needs to be in my mind right now, and not you. You're very not Chris Hemsworth. Yes.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Right now, I am fucking Peacemaker. Okay? Like, that's what's happening. It is John Cena, and we are.
John Cena is taking me and pushing me up against the wall. Yeah, all the awesome things. It's so great. It's nothing like it is with you.
All right, we must move on.
Oh, this poor bastard. Okay, fine. we gross this guy's ego enough. Good luck, Jasmine. All right, next one comes from Penelope. There's a name we haven't heard in a
He's
while.
not watching this. I don't know. I mean,
probably
whatever.
not. I hope not. I hope not.
If he is, well,
Yeah, it's like
get your
learn.
shit together.
I know, seriously, learn to accept sex toys, dude. They're part of life. It's like Jesus Christ.
Right.
What do you expect? Penelope from Charleston, West Virginia. Penelope says, "So I and my boyfriend have been dating for about 2 months. Yesterday we were kissing and stuff. Kissing and stuff. Okay, I'm starting to figure out the age of this Penelope. Yesterday we were kissing and stuff, and I told him to lay back so I could give him head, and I could feel that he was already hard. And he says, 'Nah, I'm not feeling it tonight,' and just fingers me. But I thought men liked head. He said, 'Sometimes I just don't feel like it, and this isn't the first time.' He said this, but sometimes he wants me to do it, and he always nuts, so it's not like I'm doing it bad, right? So is this normal, or am I doing something wrong?" says Penelope. Go ahead.
This is totally normal. Please do not pressure your boyfriend into fellatio that he does not want.
Yes.
I speak from experience and deep personal trauma.
You have a personal bias here, though.
When it comes to this, what?
You have a personal bias in this very subject, though. You must admit.
It's not I do have a personal bias.
Mm-hmm.
That, however,
yes.
If this gentleman is sometimes saying like, "Hey, yeah, I'm into the mood," and sometimes he's not in the mood,
right?
That's totally normal.
It is totally fine.
And you're not doing anything wrong.
No, I don't think so either.
Sometimes it's kind of like you're not being like, I don't. You feel uncomfortable in that situation of being, there's a million reasons, but just because he's saying, because I think what she's worried about is that she's doing something wrong, or that he's like, no, like due to I do not believe this has to do with you in any way.
Agreed. And when she does do it and he's cool with it, he finishes. So that's the sign right there that you're doing things right, Penelope.
Exactly.
You're getting it done, which is fantastic. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He nuts, as I believe it was said,
in the vernacular, he nuts.
In the vernacular of he nuts. Okay.
Yeah. So, which is great. So yeah, Penelope, I wouldn't worry about.
It's always great when you nut.
It's fantastic.
Huge fan.
It's the best thing. It's
double plus good.
Yeah, so I wouldn't get too obsessed about Penelope. I think you're doing fine. If he's not in the mood, he's not in the mood. That's fine. But I'm trying to imagine, like, and I know your feelings on this from your parents, but I'm trying to imagine when a case where I would not want it. I'm getting the impression these two are not having intercourse sex because the way she kind of phrases this. You know what I mean? Like, they either use hands or mouths on each other, and that's what they do. They're at that stage of a relationship, which means they're probably young, which is fine.
Right.
So I'm trying to imagine the circumstance where a guy is fooling around and would not want to orgasm. Maybe I'm deep diving this a little too much.
That's not saying he doesn't want to orgasm. It's saying he doesn't want a blowjob, which is different. Because he may be uncomfortable because maybe he just got off a fucking racquetball game and he's like all sweaty and stuff, and it's like, no way, I don't want her.
I don't want your weird taste
that would
in
be
your
a
mouth.
Disaster.
Agreed.
Nope.
Could
not in the mood right now.
Thing.
Let's do
That's
something
right.
later.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, there could be. It could be like, I sat on my nuts earlier, and it still hurts, and so give me a minute.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe
you don't sit on your nuts, Vanguard. But others do.
Right. Or I fuck
sometimes they have torsions in their balls, and so things
happen. Exactly.
And people have reasons.
Or maybe he had sex with his sex doll like 12 times, and now he smells a little rank down there, right? That's an option too.
Listen, you're not helping Penelope here. Now,
Sorry, Penelope. Ignore that last part. So you're probably fine. No, I'm just trying to think but I'm going again with that assumption, and maybe it's a lie, maybe it's not. But they do not have intercourse, so that their forms of getting off are either oral or manual, right? So if he doesn't want a blowjob, she didn't mention hand jobs, so they fool around and he doesn't come. That's the conclusion I'm coming to from what's being said here.
No. Wait, because what she said, because you have the questions. I want to make.
No.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah. If they were just kissing and stuff.
Right. And if they say,
And
and
I
anyone,
guess
who,
okay.
and anyone who
I
says
took
it
the
as
stuff and
kissing and stuff means that they're probably not having
You're right.
intercourse. You know what I mean?
right. Because yes, she said he fingers me, and then
Right.
I thought men liked it. Yeah,
Right.
100%. Okay.
Which is where I'm creating a scenario where they fool around. They're
Right.
either making out, kissing, and touching each other, and he does not orgasm. And maybe that's okay, I guess. But if she offered, you know what I mean? He's all worked up and he's hard, and he's like, no, I don't want orgasm. No, thank you.
You switch it to a hege. Great.
Maybe she didn't mention that. Maybe it is a hege. Maybe it is a handy.
But just give him a hand job instead, or be like, okay, no, I don't want your like. I feel uncomfortable with your face on me, but I still want to come. So can jerk me off. That would be great.
Yeah.
Like
awesome. Right. Yeah, maybe.
I see no problems.
But the summary, you're 100% correct. Is that Penelope, you're not doing anything wrong. Don't worry about it. Your technique seems fine, spot on. You're doing great. Keep it going. In a safe and responsible way, because again, we're making the assumption that you are young and you must have sex responsibly, especially when you're a young person. Anyway, good luck.
Just in general, I don't think especially
for everybody. Absolutely.
I think people might need to be reminded more, but
yes, we do need to remind ourselves more. It's true. All right, last question comes from Tessa from Newport News, Virginia. Tessa says, how do you actively do foreplay for men? Okay, we could stop the question there, but we won't. We'll keep going. I want to make sex better for my partner. He finishes when having sex with me, but that's the only time he ever comes. I need some advice on foreplay. But here's the thing. Only his dick feels anything sexually. Anything else is just ticklish, and I'm not trying rimming. So where do I go from here?
No.
This is what you do, Tessa. You take that finger.
Hey,
and yes,
Tessa, you've come to the right place.
You have. We have several options.
Say, first, I congratulate you on establishing initial boundaries with respect to the sexual menu. You've removed salad tossing from the menu.
You will not toss a salad, which is fantastic.
That is laudable. I get that. It's about everyone being comfortable and not necessarily about all the holes.
Right.
Doesn't need to be all the holes. You can leave some of them alone, and they can just do their normal thing,
normal activities, normal functions,
and you just use the ones that are kind of there for the sex.
Sure. One would argue all of them are there for the sex, but that's a.
But yes, this is your expertise, I think. So
well, like I said, an option's the finger, right, during sex. Just take the finger. I think more men.
What do you mean when you say that?
Meaning, stick a finger in his ass. That's what I'm saying.
Don't do that. Why would you do that?
What are you talking about? Why would you? Of course you do that. Super J, you
of course you do that.
You do that.
I don't.
You don't want that?
No. I do not. I most certainly do not.
I don't think you've tried it.
I will say
I do not think that you've tried it.
I do. I haven't tried squeezing my dick until it really hurt, but I don't want to. So I also, don't.
I think.
Okay,
that's fine.
The only time I have a finger up my ass is getting a prostate exam, and I really dislike those.
Not a fan. Would not recommend on your.
I've never had a prostate exam where I was like, in another situation, this would be awesome.
Hot,
right?
Like,
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
So okay. So
maybe that is me.
Here's what you could try. So you could experiment in this way. So if he's on top of you, having standard missionary, right? I don't know if I have to get the figures again. I will. But if you're doing standard missionary, he's on top of you, right? Grip his ass cheeks, right? Like grip him hard and give him a squeeze as he's going, and like sort of like guide with his thrusting. That is super hot, by the way. Most guys love that. While you're there, if that's working, gradually migrate the finger over and start rubbing the outside of the special area.
Okay.
If he responds positively, in you go. If he kind of goes, then go back to the squeezing of the ass cheeks. Mission and disaster averted, right? So, I mean, the other thing with the foreplay, I mean, oral is fantastic foreplay for men, right? Like, just to get things going. You know what I mean? But then her point is like, why is it only about the dick? And I'm like, yeah, men. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, right?
Well, because because it just in terms of erogenous zones,
right?
Yeah,
we're very limited. I mean, it sucks to be us, basically. Like women, you're blessed.
From that Friends episode where they're like, when they're on their 7, she's just like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, yeah,
4,
yeah,
5,
yeah,
6,
yeah.
7, like that. And was
And the guy's like,
and
what?
so foreplay was basically a 1, a 1,
Yeah.
2, a 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3.
a
A 1,
3,
2,
a
2. A
4,
4, 1,
a
2,
5,
3. Yeah.
a 5,
Absolutely.
6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it has a established rhythm. I'm not
It's a
sure if that was
code.
the exact order of up,
I
down.
think you're pretty close,
Up, down,
actually.
left, right,
It's like
BA,
Xbox
start,
code.
something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's like a Konami Brothers or getting
Yeah.
infinite lives in Contra. We've all been
Right,
there.
right. Other tips for guys is depends on the guy somewhat, right? But if he's like pretty typical average dude, like men love feeling masculine, during sex, right? They feel like they're like man, so like, sort of like feeling him in a way that makes him feel strong. You know what I mean? Like the whole the caressing of the chest, right? Like, oh my god, your chest, and you're so hot, your arms, kind of like
Using ego.
that's right. Stroking literally
applying
stroking the ego by stroking the body. You know what I mean? It's like
right, exactly. And that is because, like anyone, we're all self-conscious, and if you actively show your partner that you believe that you find them attractive,
right,
that will help them, like, in turn find themselves attractive and
Absolutely.
not be like, oh my god, why is she?
and get the turn on going.
That can also be a thing too. If you're self-conscious, you're constantly thinking about your own body and not
Yep.
what's going on in front of you.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I seconded on that on the
Yeah. So that's another winner. Generally for a lot of guys, and I don't know the percentage on this. We haven't done a survey or anything, but like if there was to be another erogenous zone on a man, it'd be behind the ears or the earlobe. You know what I mean? Like if you get up nice and close and sort of like the hot breath, the like kissing kind of thing. You know what I mean? I think that can help stimulate a guy as well.
So not necessarily the asshole.
You don't want to go for the asshole.
Like I love the thing about the grabbing the butt cheeks. I like it. I like the thing about being masculine. I think those are all good things. I don't know why you have to do a sneak attack into Brown Star. Why?
Some men love having a finger in their butt while they're having sex.
Great. Then ask.
You don't have to ask.
Because I think okay. Okay, I think
here's the thing.
I think this is what's happening. No, this is what's happening right now.
No.
That
you're gonna
you want more men to do this, so you're like asking the women out there to sneak attack in the hopes that they like it, so that they'll keep doing it. Even though I think
grow my cult.
Me, it would be like, what are you doing?
Right. And trying to grow my cult. Right. Trying to.
Exactly. Yeah. That is what's happening.
Yeah.
Do not be fooled. Everyone.
I don't know. I think it's worth a try. If he's not into it, he's not into it. Or talk to him about it beforehand. I guess you could. I was just thinking, like in heat of the moment,
and
could
if
be a
he's
very
not into it,
thing.
it's okay. But
it is okay.
I
it's absolutely
highly
okay.
Discourage sneak attack.
It's absolutely okay.
I cannot emphasize how much I discourage sneak attack.
Fine, I will compromise with you.
Let's see what happens.
Ask him first. Ask him like beforehand. Say, hey, are you against the idea of me trying to diddle around down there? And he says, like, oh, I don't know.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Please don't do that.
Right?
Gross. Please don't do that.
Okay,
Please
then that's your answer,
Why?
right?
Oh, God. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, I don't want to have sex anymore.
Right. We're breaking up.
I've got to go. I've left the room.
I've got to go. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I think...
Oh, No News brings up an interesting point that we didn't even consider. Maybe he's just happy the way things are. That's an option, I'm sure.
That's true. That is.
We did not even think about that.
That we entertained.
Thank you, No News, for helping us with that. But another thing too is like it's like another thing about foreplay. Right. Early to what I was thinking about the masculine thing is like making yourself more desirable, like lingerie. You know what I mean? Like coming in something sexy, or do a striptease in front of them before you guys get it on. Like that's super hot, right? Because you're like, I want like a woman giving the sense to a man that she wants him very badly is a huge gargantuan turn on for men. You know what I mean? Like, I need you, I want you kind of thing. So sensuous striptease, that kind of thing. Huge foreplay, which is awesome. So it wins. So, and then the oral, and then the butt.
You've got some options. Not
the attack. Butt. I meant not the butt.
Because you can, but again, I'm not kink shaming. No options off the table here. I am just saying, I do not think anyone should try to become part of Vanguard's
Cult.
of
Butt cult.
brown star poking. I don't. Just saying, it's okay to leave that off the menu.
Maybe. But yeah. And No News also brings up the possibility that she could be projecting and maybe wants more for herself. If that's true, then you need to have a different type of conversation, Tessa. You need to say to him, "Look, I could use some extra stimulation. Here's things I like." You know what I mean? And have that conversation.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Because when she wants her advice on foreplay, that could also be hoping for some reciprocity.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Tessa, are you getting the foreplay you need?
Right. Exactly. Because if you are, and he's fine the way he is, you're good.
You're good. Right.
You don't need to do anything. Yes, that's a good point to thank you, No News.
Yep.
Because that she probably should have thought of that first.
I know, we just went right to the mechanics.
No, well, you went right into the finger in the asshole.
I went for the butt.
So,
the first thing I went to was the finger in the ass. I went right for it.
It was like instant. That was the very
well, I mean,
top of mind.
Well, I mean, the base of her question was kind of like, why don't men have other erogenous zones? You know what I mean? It was kind of like the base of her question. You know, so that's kind of I went right to the potentially the butt.
And your answer was the secret one is their asshole. That's where you.
Yeah. I also brought the earlobe. The earlobe's another option as well.
You did. You did to try to bring it. You brought it down several orders of magnitude with the earlobe.
Yes.
After starting with rectum.
Rectum, the earlobe is 7 orders.
Rectum, earlobe, very different personal areas.
That's true. Oh, Lord.
Also, what is considered sexual assault is very different with earlobes.
Sodomy, basically. Literally sodomy.
Yes. You're advocating. So I'm just saying.
I'm advocating for sodomy.
Be pro sodomy. That's fine. I'm not anti. I think it's great. I'm just saying. Ask the question.
Ask the question. Ask the questions. Yeah. I mean, other things like
have the conversation.
Not all, and maybe what I'm getting at here, Tessa, is not all the turn on, because I think again you were kind of focusing on what are other men's erogenous zones. You know what I mean? But like for men, it doesn't necessarily always it could be things beyond that. That's why we said the lingerie, the teasing, the striptease, right? Another option is role play, hey, do you want to imagine I'm your dirty little whore or something? I don't know, whatever, right? Come up with a scenario. What kind of scenarios do you fantasize about, right? What would you like to see? Would you like to blindfold me? Would you like to tie me up? That kind of stuff.
Right. Because as far as zones, the guy has one.
Right.
That doesn't mean you can't do foreplay, because foreplay is all about expectation.
Exactly.
And for a guy, the expectation is more, as Vanguard's saying, in the performative and the kind of getting him turned on mentally, as opposed to turning on other areas of his body in order to get. He's got one area that he's focused on that's going to get all the attention.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Exactly.
So it's like he doesn't care. It's like, no, I don't need you to touch my arm, because I think especially with women having having breasts and having that. That's already you're branching out. We're very simple people.
So nice.
Very simple creatures.
Physically simple creatures. Yes.
Physically, mentally, very simple. Simple creatures.
Yeah. I hope we've given you enough tips, Tessa. I think we've given you a ton here to sort of digest. So I hope that one of those things works out for you.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Hey, that was our last one, which means, my friend, it is time for speed round.
And I knew.
And
I know it's me this time.
It is
because
you.
Because I know
nonsense last time that you threw at me. It's like
no, I
don't even know where you get these questions
back and
from.
forth, but especially with my absence last week, it is certainly my my pleasure to do my speed round this week.
All right, for those of you not familiar, we are going to ask Green Pants 5 rapid fire questions, and he's going to answer them within 60 seconds. And afterwards, we will do a brief unpack, because we did run a little bit. Oh, we started a little late, but that's okay. We're fine. We're still
we did start a little bit late.
All right, Green Pants, are you ready?
Am I ready?
Yeah.
I am ready. Yes,
okay.
Go.
What is the most absurd excuse you've ever used or heard to get out of an unwanted social event?
I can't make it because the head of my penis was damaged in a terrible fellatio accident. No, I'm serious. Hey, stop laughing. No, I'm serious.
What's the most pointless piece of furniture?
It's like dining room table that you never use, or like the furniture with the fancy room that is for guests that never come.
All right, 1950 called. What's the weirdest thing that you've tested unintentionally or tasted unintentionally? I'm sorry. What's the weirdest thing you've tasted unintentionally?
Human shit.
Wow. What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever convinced someone was true?
That I love them.
Oh, wow. What's the worst thing you could find in your laundry? Worst thing in the laundry.
Cancer.
Cancer in the laundry? What?
A 12-year-old runaway.
All right, you have 5 seconds. You come up with something else.
12-year-old runaway.
Acid
Acid washed anything. A skinny tie. Skinny jeans.
Skinny tie. Skinny
shoulder
jeans.
pads. A NAMBLA membership card. An alligator. Dead. Dead or alive alligator.
Oh my lord.
Jordache.
Jordache. Back to the skinny
parachute
jeans.
pants. I don't know.
The worst thing I could find. I guess a winning lottery ticket would be an obvious one for me. I guess because it's destroyed in the laundry. Oh, if it was, so the answer would be destroyed lottery ticket. Yeah.
Destroyed winning lottery ticket.
Right. Well, I mean, if you put it in the wash, it's gonna get destroyed, right? All paper does when you put it out, leave it in your pants.
Right.
So that'd be pretty horrible.
Because it's like the worst thing is when you can find. It's like
Yeah.
like the title to your car. You know, you're like, oh, that sucks. I gotta
destroyed remains of your car title. Right? It's like, damn it.
This is gonna take some legwork and paperwork.
Yeah.
So,
you know, like your key fob, which is probably not waterproof, right? That you probably now wrecked or things like that. So important doodads, earbuds.
Most absurd excuse. I think we all know. You know, I don't find it absurd, but sometimes
discuss this event. The fellatio
incidents happen.
They do.
Fellatio, and they can cause. We'll just say somebody will be on the injured reserve list for a little while and be out for a bit of the
commission
mid-season.
Yes, we put you on injured reserve. That's right. And that happens.
Yeah, while they heal. And so I don't have fantasy stats. I am sorry. But, you know, that's in the sex league.
Yeah, I'm trying to think for me. I mean, I'm sure I've used several times the, I don't know. Like I have a history of OCD, right? So I think I may have been in the middle of some task that I started that I had to finish. You know what I mean? Some social engagement came up, and I would have, in my quest for all things truth, I would tell, no, I need to finish organizing my Lego. You know what I mean? Something, whatever stupid thing it was. Right. You know? So I need to say it.
I have to alphabetize these comic books.
Exactly.
Like
it's literally been something like that once. Exactly.
Right.
So stupid idea.
And you can't explain that it's like, because I understand the OCD and you can't explain to a person like no, I need to do this.
Right.
It's like, well, no, you don't need to do it.
No,
I do.
Right. Because if I went, it would be all I think about while I'm at that place, and I can't wait to get home to finish it. Right.
Exactly. Like I would be a terrible person to be around because I would be obsessing about this thing that I left.
Yes.
And that's because our brains are broken. So give us some slack, okay?
Everyone's brains broken.
That's what can happen. Sometimes you just got to check if you turn the gas on. Did I leave the gas on?
That's right. And pointless pieces of furniture, like unless you have a house from like the earlier than the 80s, right? Like those, you're talking about those unused living rooms.
Oh,
they don't have those anymore. No house made today has those rooms anymore.
I have zero furniture that's pointless.
Right.
Because I have zero things in my house that are pointless.
Right.
Because everything
has a function.
I don't have room to have things that are not functional or have a purpose of some kind.
There you go.
Like if they do not have a function, and that function could be aesthetics.
Yes.
Something like on the wall or whatever. But if it's pointless, that's where I'm thinking of like growing up, we had an entirely pointless room.
I know.
That was like the living room.
The nobody
when we really had the den.
Right.
That was like where we actually did everything.
Right.
And we had this living room. And I think we used it like in my entire childhood, like maybe twice.
Yeah.
Like it was just completely wasted.
This is what old people
like that could have been lots of things. You could put a pool table in there.
Yeah.
But instead we just had some couches that no one ever sat on.
Like super nice couches,
and
super nice furniture.
And it would just get dusted and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, if you were in the privileged position, that was something that
And along the same vein was the formal dining room as well, right? That when people ate in the kitchen,
Right.
it's like you have this formal dining room and stuff. It's like, but the houses don't get made like that anymore. But if you have an older house, it could still be made like that if you didn't repurpose that room. But
Right. Well, yeah. Well, now they're not made specifically like they don't put necessarily a chandelier there and be like, "Yep, that's because
Right.
the table's going to go there."
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
There's
Exactly.
no assumption of that.
Yep.
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 Because while some people still go for it, vast majority,
My house was made in, I want to say 91, and it is laid out with the formal dining room and the formal dining room, formal living room. They're not used that way, but those rooms exist, and you could tell that's what they were supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My house was made in '86.
Yeah.
And it does definitely have it has a light fixture directly like that was
where the dining table should be. Yeah.
Expectation is.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it couldn't be removed, but that is just we use it as the kitchen table because you only need one table for eating.
There you go.
That's my general
exactly
rule.
it.
I got a house. I got where you eat. There you go. We've got a place. And we have a nice bench. You can sit on the bench. And you can shove whatever into your mouth hole.
Right.
Like that's the eating place.
Go about your business.
So we don't need a fancier eating place.
Right.
I've never understood why it's like, okay, we're gonna take fancier versions of our normal stuff,
right,
and like all do a fancy dinner.
Right.
Like make that a gym.
Yes.
Make it a video. Make it a home theater. Make it a sewing room.
Right.
Make it anything.
Anything else. Make it a music room.
Something that is not functional.
Correct.
That is insanity.
It is insanity. And our parents, it's our parents' generation actually who mostly did that, and it was a stupid thing.
Right.
it's ridiculous.
And like one of the things I regret was and absolutely 100% coming from a obscene amount of privilege here, but from in a wedding. Registering for placeware or like a whole place setting.
Yeah.
Because it was super important to my parents. It's like you have to get these place settings, and it's I've never so I got because of various aunts and uncles would get different parts. So like several relatives all across kind of ultimately I have like a set of 8. Like whatever it is, I don't even know. Like fancy because it's all still in the exact same box that it was in. It's never been opened ever, and it's all just in a tub in the attic where it's been for 25 years.
Yeah, give it to your kid when give it to your kid when they're going to college.
20 years.
Say, here, have some furniture for your apartment. have some eating ware. Yeah, it's true. All right, well, very good. What else do we have?
If it was my wedding, I meant okay, that's more.
Hey, your wedding wasn't that long ago.
16.
16, there you go.
I don't want Mrs. Greenpants to think I do not know how long we've been married.
Weirdest thing you've tasted unintentionally. You said shit. You're gonna need to.
Yes, because I have had children.
I see. Got it.
Yeah, you don't want to. It's not something that, but it's like the question was unintentionally.
Absolutely.
And it's highly unintentional, but
of course,
when there's stuff everywhere, and it's like you go and you're like, oh my god, like it can happen.
I have to admit I've done similar, but not from children.
Maybe it's because you keep sticking your finger in people's assholes.
That's exactly what it was. How did you know?
How did I know?
So it was the finger.
It was your first question. It was the first suggestion that you had.
It was the shit finger.
Right finger asshole.
That was the finger.
And so, you've tasted shit.
Right.
Was it on your finger? How did I know?
Of course it was. Damn it.
Fucking Sherlock Holmes, man.
Yeah, I know.
Greatest detective,
it was the finger, and then the finger came out, and then I wanted to stimulate the clitoris. So then wet the finger. I thought I picked the right finger. I did not, and that was my downfall. So in the heat of the moment. So
and also, if you had picked the finger just for the clitoris that had shit on it,
also potential for infection, right?
Not
Bacterial
cool.
infection, not cool.
So
not okay.
My suggestion is
never put your finger in someone's ass.
Stay completely away from the shit.
Right.
Just off the menu. Unless specifically requested.
Right.
Unless it is, I believe that is a special item. That is something
on the menu
should be yeah, it should not be assumed.
It should be planned
It
for.
should be something
It
that
should be
you know
discussed.
that you have to go look.
It should be.
You got to go look in the back.
You're
See
right.
if you're allowed to go in the back.
Literally,
You know,
right.
it's just that's. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Highly.
That's such a thing. No News says eye drops, and eye drops do taste pretty bad, actually. If they drip out of your eye, and
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
awful.
If you get that saline or whatever. Yeah,
You're not meant to. You should not eat those.
It's like it's like super super bitter. I think it's like,
Yeah.
and I think that's on purpose. But it's like it's just like, oh my god, you know.
Yep.
But,
And most ridiculous thing you've ever convinced someone was true. You said love.
That's
That was all you, man.
probably true. I don't know. What?
True. Who can say?
Who could say?
Oh my god.
I've had, like, because the way the question was worded, it was like I've ever convinced someone was true. So I've never convinced anything that something was true that was actually false. You know what I mean? Like I've never like tried like, okay, this is an example. My wife, her father,
Mhm.
they would torment the younger brother by saying there was this fourth brother named Arthur
Oh,
that just was not around. And they all pretended this guy existed.
that's horrible.
And they kept this up for years and years
Oh
and
my
years that there was this fourth brother Arthur, and it was just this
Never
entire
existed.
joke. The whole family
Was it not about him?
did it.
Yeah.
And it was just all a joke on the third kid,
Wow.
basically, who was convinced that there was this kid, and like they thought it was hilarious.
That's horrible.
And it's like, and so like
That's
they
pretty
convinced
horrible.
him it was true
That's
until
pretty
like, and so
horrible. So you would not do something
I-
like that,
but-
clearly. So that's why you wouldn't.
no, but that is
Right.
something that is I am the only person that thinks that is horrible that we have seems to have come across that
Yikes.
thinks it is absolutely hilarious.
Yikes.
I tried expressing my judgment
Right.
and it was received poorly.
Right, you were
I'll just
shot
say.
down, and you were the
It
party
was-
pooper.
I should just get the fuck over myself and it's a joke, hey, whatever. You know, it was a different time. You know? Yeah.
Funny. I'm trying to think
Yeah,
what
you got
mine
smoked
was.
in bed too.
Smoked in bed. I'm trying to think what mine was. And convince someone was true. I mean, I used to trick the kids when they were here into thinking I could read their text messages without seeing their phones, like just through the air.
Oh, okay.
So that was pretty ridiculous because they don't know how shit works, right? Because what it would be is like
Right.
because they had a screen time like off at like 9-10 o'clock depending on what their age was right at the time because they got school tomorrow, right? So, and then but of course they're on the internet doing whatever and they pick up the device, go on the internet, and then I have the router, so I go to router logs and I see their MAC address on doing stuff and I can see the websites they're going to and all this stuff, right? So
Right,
the
right.
next morning I'd play with them and I'd be like, hey, did you really turn your phone off at 10 last night? Oh yeah, I put down. And I go, are you sure? You know? And they look and they're like, damn it. They're like, how do you know? And I'm like, I know everything. You know, I would just kind of pass it off. I'm like, I'm a wizard of technology. I know everything.
Right.
So they were convinced because of that I could see what's in their text messages. Even though I couldn't. Because unless you have the physical phone, you can't, right? So, because it's encrypted.
Yeah,
So I guess that's
with
kind of
respect to my
ridiculous. Because if you
children-
knew anything about technology, you would know that's not possible. You know what I mean?
Right. Like I think I've I guess I've done similar like in a way, but it's more of I have not they've convinced themselves that I know things I shouldn't know.
Right.
And
That's
so
same.
but I have not like pushed on
Dissuaded
that,
that.
but it's like
right.
how could you figure that out? And instead of explaining like of course I knew it by looking at
Right.
it's just like because I know things.
Because I'm
you know
brilliant,
what I mean? And,
right?
and-
I know all of the
and-
things.
and-
yes.
and because please don't fuck around. Like fuck around and find out is what I'm saying.
right.
You know?
Exactly.
Because sometimes it was because especially with when Chromebooks are like everything.
Mhm.
So it's everything from playing Roblox to Google Classroom.
Yeah.
And so when your kid is like, I'm doing my homework versus I'm watching YouTube,
Yeah.
it's impossible to try to figure that because the Chromebook are all issued by the school.
Right.
So those are protected. You can't access those.
Right.
So you have to like log in through your own. I mean, there's ways to obviously get around it and do
Yep.
and do things, especially for anybody that's tech-ish. But it's it's just it's such a different because in a lot of ways they just give like and my kids' grades just appear. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
boom. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't even have to ask for it. It's like bam. Like it. Like
Got it.
that's why it's like I know the teachers send out email that are like, "This is the homework."
Right.
Just letting you know.
Right.
And so if my kid is like, "We don't have
Perfect.
homework," I'm like, "Don't you have the thing on the Plesiostoic era?" And he's like,
Damn
"What
it.
the hell?" You know. And it's like,
I'm like, I know everything.
because the teacher
Right.
sent me the thing because they sent everybody the
Right.
thing.
Right.
Um,
But you know, it's for any parent, I got to recommend it's healthy if your kid thinks you know everything, because then they will try to get away with less. Right? They will be slightly
I don't
less
know if
inclined
healthy
to cause
would say the
trouble.
word is smart. It
Yes.
is smart.
Yes.
You are doing yourself a disservice if you disabuse your kids of the idea that you are all knowing,
Right.
and that if
Agreed.
they do anything, you will always know
Yes.
because you'll know.
Yes. Like the time we were away from the
And then you-
house, and the oldest kid had his girlfriend over when he wasn't supposed to, got a bottle of wine somehow, drank it with her, and then took the wine bottle and put it on top of the recycle bin. At least he put it in the recycle bin.
That's very teenagery. That's
At least go for the
Gotta-
bottom of the bin. It's like bury it.
yeah. You got at least you got to juggle it around, but like
Jesus. She's like, how'd you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, 'cause you're a dumbass.
oh, okay, it's like. I mean, you always dispose of evidence.
Oh my God.
That's whatever it is. If you're doing something and you don't want anyone else to know about,
Yep.
anything that had to do with that needs to be properly gone.
Probably gone.
And however that needs to happen,
That's right.
whether it's the La Brea tar pits or it's the trunk of a Chrysler that sunk into Lake Mead or many other places at the bottom of lakes. You know,
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh my
I think
goodness. dude.
I think we got them all.
It is, and we went a little over time today, but I think we covered some very important things. I think we covered things about relationships.
Yes, we did.
I think we covered things
Yep.
about when a girl tries to pick you up at the gym but then doesn't want to pick you up. I think we covered all those things. Intimacy
Covered
issues.
fingers
as
and
usual.
assholes. That
Fingers
is
and assholes. I mean,
absolutely.
we do seem to excel at intimacy
know.
issues. I mean, we give a lot. We feel a lot of questions about that, and I feel like we deliver.
We do, and that I do try to be helpful, you know, as well as you know, trying to let people understand that you know not everyone is Vanguard the sexual animal that at all times in all places
Oh,
wants
I'm
all
the
things in all
sexual
holes.
animal. Let's compare resumes
So-
someday.
Yeah.
Ethan.
I am
My lord.
the.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Sometimes they're not in the mood, and that's okay.
Right.
Sometimes.
Fair enough.
Okay.
We can accept that. But yeah, we're gonna
Okay,
sign off,
definitely.
folks. So it's time. So thank you again for everybody who came. Thank you for the guys' input. And thank you for your questions. So yeah,
Questions,
and again,
please.
below Green Pants is the
Please
link that
submit.
you click for
Yeah.
more questions. So it's gonna be a link on the Twitch page that basically says submit question, and you're gonna have a form. Submit your question. Add your name. Add where you live. If you don't, Green Pants will come up with a place for you, and you probably won't like it, and we will then mock
Right.
it. So either way, it's fine. And that's it. So we're gonna be off, and again, Green Pants, good to have you back.
We'll be
man.
here next week.
Yeah, definitely good to have you
Yeah,
back. I'm
thank
glad
you.
that I'm glad
Good
you're
to be back.
Yeah, no, very good to have you back.
Yeah, it's like when you're climbing out of Dante's Hell and you
Mhm.
finally get to that first, and you finally just get out of the like, hey, you know, you're in the Sarlacc pit,
Right.
okay, and
Of
you're going to
course.
be
being
digested for like
for
hundreds of
1,000
years.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just that sucks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when you are like Boba Fett and you crawl out of there,
Right.
which happened apparently,
In canon. Right.
and so
Official. No spoilers. But spoiler.
you know, but that is that is canon that Boba Fett did escape the Sarlacc pit. As Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc pit,
Yes.
I escaped Florida,
Yes.
and I'm back.
Which is much like the Sarlacc pit. In any case.
It's a little worse, but yeah, it's yeah. I mean, the Sarlacc pit at least. No,
Sarlacc pit doesn't have Ron DeSantis.
wait, there's no one. Yeah,
But so we will be off. So
That's
good night, everyone. Good seeing you. We love you all, and as always, remember that we are here to help. So
you're here to help.
catch you next.